You ever get the feeling that the world only wants to see you if you fit in a certain box? I mean, two teenage black girls, first-class tickets, supposed to be just another flight out to a youth conference in California, but we didn't even make it to our seats before the story got away from us. My sister Zena and I, we just wanted to travel alone for the first time. Nothing fancy, matching gray hoodies, hair pulled back, shoes laced up, hearts pounding but proud, you know? Our dad, Cameron Whitlow, runs a tech company so big it's basically its own country, but you wouldn't know it from how he raised us. Low profile, high purpose, he always says. Act like you belong anywhere, but don't ever let comfort turn into arrogance. I kept that in my head as we walked into Hamilton Ridge Airport, boarding passes ready, nerves fizzing with a mix of freedom and fear. Zena, of course, makes a joke about flying solo, flashes that little grin, and suddenly we're just kids again, until the Sky Nova agent at the kiosk gives us a look. Not long, not rude, just that extra pause that says, "Are you sure you belong here?" I brush it off. Zena feels it too, but we move on, smoothies in hand, books ready, settling in at the gate. It's quiet, sunlight spilling over the runway, and for a minute I think, maybe this time we really will just be normal girls on a normal trip. But the world's never been all that normal for girls like us. Not when folks see brown skin in first class and start inventing stories to explain it. We wait our turn, bored calm and collected. The flight attendant, Savannah, perfect hair, tight smile, greets us like she's reading a teleprompter. "First class," she repeats, almost to herself. "Unaccompanied minors?" she asks, tone a shade too sharp. "No, ma'am," Zena says, steady, "we're both 17. Not minors under FAA rules." Savannah steps aside but keeps her eyes on us. The minute we sit, I feel her watching, whispering with the other attendant. They bring juice, check the manifest, tell us to wait while they verify something. "Tell me I'm not imagining this," Zena mutters. I wish I could. Then the real circus starts. Clipboard in hand, Savannah and Elliot ask us to step off. Just a quick check, they promise. The other passengers watch, some whisper, some roll their eyes. We walk back down the jet bridge, heads up, even though my insides are tumbling. At the gate, Natalie Chang from customer service meets us, slick, scripted, flipping through our IDs and conference letters like she's hunting for an excuse to say no. Some concerns were raised by the crew, she says, skirting the truth. Zena calls it, "If we were two blonde girls in Uggs, would we be having this conversation?" Natalie stammers, denies, but the lie is already out there, stinking up the air. We wait in those hard airport chairs, time stretching out while strangers pass by, their lives uninterrupted. Zena's furious. I'm fighting not to cry. I try to convince myself it's a mistake, but deep down, I know better. If you know, you know. When Darren Pike, the duty manager, finally appears, he doesn't even pretend. The crew felt uncomfortable, he says, dodging eye contact, voice flat. He offers us coach seats or a later flight with adult supervision. That word, comfort, lands like a slap. Not safety, not protocol, just staff comfort, and apparently, our faces are enough to disrupt it. People at the gate are watching now, including this guy with a camera rig who's been live streaming the whole thing. Zena hisses, "Why do we always have to hope it's not racism?" I got nothing to say to that. I call Dad. His voice, calm as ever, slips into that lower register I know means trouble for whoever's on the other end. He says, "Don't go anywhere. I'll handle it." I know he means it. The flight leaves without US. We scroll our phones, watching our humiliation trend online. The video of us being walked off the plane is blowing up. Some folks defend us. Others say, maybe the airline was just following protocol, or rich girls making drama. Zena's hands shake. Mine clench. You can follow every rule, do everything right, and it still doesn't matter when the system already decided you're the problem. Dad calls back. He's already on the phone with the CEO of Sky Nova, reminding him that Whitlow Tech could pull their airport infrastructure tomorrow. "This isn't just about you anymore," he says, voice softening. "But I won't let you be punished for doing everything right." And for the first time since we were dragged off that plane, I feel seen. The airline scrambles station manager, PR folks, even free meal vouchers and first-class seats on the next flight. But you can't patch over this kind of hurt with lounge access and an apology letter that's emptier than a canceled boarding gate. In the lounge, Xena confronts Darren when she hears him downplaying our ordeal, and suddenly, the whole room is watching, staff nervously passing fruit plates and tea like they can fix dignity with hospitality. More footage leaks. Passengers back us up online. The girls did nothing wrong. Even a civil rights attorney weighs in. No slurs, no violence, just quiet, systematic bias. The pressure builds. Journalists reach out. Our inbox explodes. We become the story symbols, not just sisters who wanted to learn and lead. Dad makes good on his promise. The CEO of Sky Nova appears on a live stream, apologizes, suspends the staff, and announces an external audit of their discrimination policies. Darren's fired. Training gets overhauled. Feels like justice, except victory, as it turns out, feels more like relief than joy. A few days later, a reporter shoves a mic at us. Any statement? I say, an apology doesn't erase what happened. We didn't want special treatment, just fairness. Xena adds, accountability, not revenge. This is bigger than us. That clip goes viral, but at least this time, our words are leading the story, not someone else's assumptions. We go home, back to school, back to the regular world, but nothing's really regular now. Kids whisper, teachers want us to talk in assemblies, folks send bracelets and letters, most of it kind, but sometimes it's just a souvenir of our pain. Dad keeps working in the background, pushing for airline equity, proposing bills, turning outrage into change, but I catch him late at night, looking out the window, phone face down, and I know it weighs on him. We get asked, do you think any of this will actually change things? We don't know. I hope so. We're not bitter, just clear-eyed now. Xena and I speak at a university panel, and when someone asks, how did you stay composed? Xena shrugs, we didn't always. We just stayed human. When someone else says, was it worth it? I say, it wasn't about us. It was about the next girls, so they don't have to wonder if they belong. And maybe that's the real victory. Eventually, Sky Nova changes their policies. More diversity, fewer complaints, little steps in the right direction, our names not mentioned, which is how we wanted it. We aren't a legacy, we're momentum. And I hope someday 2 other girls, maybe in Georgia or Arizona, will sit in first class and never have to call home, never have to prove they belong. This story isn't just about airline seats. It's about dignity, about the power of being seen, about standing up even when your voice shakes. If you felt anything reading this, anger, hope, sadness, don't let it end here. Talk about it, share it, speak up next time you see someone being quietly pushed aside. Because justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it just refuses to leave the seat it paid for, and sometimes that's enough to start something real.